hard work nonprofits put in to change lives is remarkable. Take a look at this.
For most, gambling is an occasional pastime, a fun activity that doesn't create hardships. For others, it can be as addicting as drugs and alcohol. Here's what you need to know and where to turn for support if you or someone you love is addicted to gambling.
The Florida Council on Compulsive Gambling was established in 1988 as a gambling-neutral organization. We're a nonprofit corporation. We are the only single-purpose entity addressing the issue of problem gambling in the state of Florida. We advocate for services, programs, and supports for problem gamblers and their loved ones. We provide access to programs and supports and resources for anyone in need of assistance with a gambling problem, whether it's a gambler, a loved one, or any affected other. And we work to increase awareness about gambling addiction and about the risks and consequences associated with gambling. Our helpline, all of our programs and services are specific to gambling addiction only. They
offer a variety of confidential, multilingual services, and it all starts with Florida's only 24/7 problem gambling helpline, 888-ADMIT-IT.
We operate the 24/7 confidential multilingual helpline. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year through 888-ADMIT-IT. Anyone can call or text that number. We're also available online via our website, gamblinghelp.org. We can connect to anybody who needs help, whether it's a gambler or a loved one, through the live chat feature on our website. For every problem gambler, 8 to 10 others are also adversely impacted. So our helpline provides supports for gamblers as well as loved ones and others who are negatively impacted. We have a wide variety of resources that we offer on demand. We provide them right then and there at the time of the helpline contact. We can connect people to our online program for problem gamblers, which is a program that was funded by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, and it allows us to provide on-demand access to supports for someone any time of the day or night. So it could be 2 o'clock in the morning and someone contacts us, we can connect them immediately with that program. We also have recovery workbooks, our Chance for Change recovery workbooks, which we provide electronic copies so I can email someone. It's a workbook series. It's got 7 books in the set. We have a series for gamblers, for loved ones, for senior gamblers. It's available in English and in Spanish. And it provides, again, people on-demand help any time of the day or night, whenever they need it. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. So what works for one person may or may not work for someone else in terms of recovery and or treatment supports. So we offer a wide variety of resources, and our helpline specialists are specially trained to address the needs of each unique caller, because everybody's situation is different and everybody has different needs and different resources we have available for everyone. Awareness for this issue is key. You can't get help if you don't know that that help exists. Florida is a very large state, so we have a wide territory to cover to increase awareness that help is available through Florida's only problem gambling helpline, 888-ADMIT-IT. Advertising, awareness, outreach, word of mouth, recognizing that this is a diagnosable and treatable mental health disorder. It's not weak will, it's not bad behavior, it's not something that someone can just stop. When someone develops a gambling problem, it takes control of their mind and body just like any other addiction, and help and hope are possible, but you have to be able to access that help.
While casinos might have been the choice for many, the game has changed. Accessibility now plays a key role in gambling choices.
As gambling has proliferated throughout the country, particularly here in Florida, at one point was probably the leading place to gamble, probably outside of Las Vegas in the country. It used to just be playing the lottery. Here in Florida now you have chips, you have casinos, you have pure mutuals, and it extends beyond that into day trading, into video games. So there are lots of ways to get that dopamine hit, and it continues to grow. One of the growing areas that we're experiencing are with people under the age of 18. They're developing gambling addictions from video games. You have online poker now. You have all sorts of avenues where you don't have to go to a brick and mortar establishment. You can gamble on your phone. These are all new developments that have arrived over the past 5-10 years, and they continue to grow. Only the ease of gambling is much more available than it was before. You don't have to get in your car and drive anywhere. We've gotten calls from parents who have a young kid at home who is addicted to online gaming, basically. That is still a form of gaming. There's still a potential for problem. As the opportunities to gamble have moved, and it's no longer just a slot machine, it's no longer just the ponies, no longer just the greyhounds. It is who's going to hit the first shot in the first quarter of a basketball game. And so that is attracting a younger crowd, more into sports, Might not ever go into a casino, but I'll bet on a football game. And so that has meant that it's grown, and the age group has dropped because they're involved more. I think a lot of people assume, well, if I have enough money or I'm not having financial problems, then I don't have a gambling problem. And that's not true. There are a list of factors that you may see. Is it interfering with your relationships? Is it causing you to not want to go to work? Does it affect your mood, your temperament? All of those are signs that you may, in fact, have a gambling problem. The main goal of the Florida Council is to create awareness around the problem and also make sure that people are aware there's a place to go and get help. No judgment. We don't take a position on gambling. We're neutral, but we are a place where if you're experiencing a problem, family member, individual, we're here to help.
By reaching out, you can avoid financial hardships that might lead to even more challenges.
With gambling addiction, unlike other addictions, as long as the person has access to finances, they can continue to gamble. So for some, that means not paying their bills and using that money instead. For others, that means gambling into their savings, like retirement and 401ks. Others may owe money to multiple creditors, ranging from the bank, the casino itself, credit cards, and others will actually sell or pawn their personal belongings or file for bankruptcy to have a fresh start for having new finances to gamble with. Some people find and assume that gamblers are risky and risk takers, but that's a myth. Many gamblers are conservative in nature when it comes to their gambling, whereas others do take risks. Many believe that all gamblers are criminals and thieves. This is also a myth. Just gambling sometimes can lead a person to do things they wouldn't normally do, such as committing illegal acts, so that they do have more ways to fund their gambling. Problem gambling can affect multiple relationships in a gambler's life. It can affect their work relationship, causing them to be absent at work, potentially leading to job loss. It can affect personal relationships with family, friends, loved ones, and often that leads to conflict, neglect, sometimes violence. And for some, it leads to divorce or separation if they are in a partnership. Many believe that compulsive gamblers are weak-willed, and if they want to stop, they would. This is a myth. Gambling is a diagnosable and treatable illness.
There can be a lot of shame and stigma associated with a gambling addiction, but help and hope and recovery are possible. Here in Florida, 888-ADMIT-IT. Anyone can text or call that number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and be connected to a live helpline specialist who can provide access to resources, programs, and supports so that they can begin the journey to recovery. We're also available on social media, where you can live chat with us on our website at gamblinghelp.org.
For more information on the Florida Council on Compulsive Gambling, go to gamblinghelp.org, or you can call or text 888-ADMIT-IT. You can also go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.